All right, good morning. My name is Steve Bayardi, and today we'll be going over sensitivity analysis for capital budgeting. So here's a quick overview. We're going to be going into intro sensitivity analysis, qualitative and quantitative steps, the incorporating project risk into capital budgeting, practical applications and some examples, and then best practices. So sensitivity analysis is a powerful tool that allows us to assess the impact of uncertainty on our capital budgeting decisions. With this tool, we're able to estimate the rate of return within a set scenario that we can manipulate based on risk. There are hundreds of factors in a company's operations, all with their own associated risks. This tool simplifies these risks by only changing the outcome of one factor at a time. This intrinsically builds uncertainty into the model due to the possibility of oversimplification of how factors can actually move in reality. So to conduct sensitivity analysis, we both focus on qualitative and qualitative steps. In terms of qualitative steps, we first identify key variables. These are predominantly the most important factors or the factors that carry the most weight on the outcome of an investment. Things like equipment costs, research and development, supply chain disruptions, or even hesitant stakeholders can all play a factor. Next, we'd assess their actual impact. If the equipment is too expensive or does not perform to standard, how does that impact the overall project success? If an external supplier gets delayed or can't deliver their end of the deal, does that mean the project will fail? These are all questions that we have to ask and we have to analyze, and therefore we need to define these scenarios and predict what is most important and how important it is in terms of project success. That is where we find ourselves diving deeper into the quantitative steps. We're able to calculate the financial outcomes for each scenario and analyze the results to determine how much the impact will actually have. Sensitivity analysis calculations can find metrics like the net present value, or NPV, internal rate of return, IRR, payback period, and several others. So from these calculations, we can start to get a better understanding of what risks we're actually taking. So from there, sensitivity analysis incorporates risk into capital budgeting by assessing how variations in key variables affect project outcomes. By quantifying and modeling potential scenarios, it enables organizations to make informed decisions and then develop risk mitigation strategies and also communicate effectively about project risks to all echelons. In the top chart, we can see that the key factor being manipulated in this example is the price of plastic, so the cost of their product, cost of their actual material in their product, and its effect on profit and profitability. So using sensitivity analysis, we can investigate a range of values around the current condition to see trend lines. So what they did is they adjusted the price of that actual material, the raw material, so they increased and decreased it by $1. But they saw from anything more than $2 increase in the price of that material, the company will break even, which means that anything over that, they're going to start losing money. So analyzing the sales price, we can also see that anything less than the market price of $36 in the bottom graph, $36, anything less, they'll actually lose profit as well. So it's kind of a good balance trying to figure out if the price does go up of the raw material, which they don't have control over, what is the actual price point they need to hit in order to make money increase that. So by using these tactics, we're able to better predict the correct course of action given the market fluctuations. And then in best practices, at the end of the day, it's a great tool for businesses to use to predict risk and make informed decisions. However, caution is advised because all risk is assumed, and the range may not be big enough to fully encompass the harsh reality. Another key point to consider is that sensitivity analysis only takes one factor in consideration at a time, which means it can dramatically underpredict the risk if multiple factors start to change at once. Right? Those can compound and be a very unfortunate circumstance. But overall, this tool is great to determine what the best allocated resources, such as time, money, and effort, where to put them and how much, in order to maximize earning potential for the company. Here's my references, and thank you for your time.